Have you ever beaten a liar in court? My business partner Steve thought he was untouchable when he orchestrated my firing from the tech startup we built together. Face it, you're just not CEO material, he said with that smug grin, waving the contract I'd stupidly signed 3 years earlier when I desperately needed his investment money. That document gave him majority control and voting rights. I'd poured my soul into building our user analytics platform from nothing. 18-hour days, missed family dinners, maxed out credit cards keeping us afloat during the lean months. But Steve had the business connections and deep pockets, so when he decided he wanted me gone, the board sided with him instantly. What none of them knew was that I'd been secretly documenting everything for months. Steve had been selling our client database to competitors, pocketing hundreds of thousands while telling investors we were barely breaking even. I had emails, transaction records, even recorded phone calls where he bragged about his side hustles. When I sued for wrongful termination and corporate theft, Steve went nuclear. He countersued me for $2 million claiming I'd stolen proprietary code and sabotaged client relationships out of spite. His $800 an hour lawyer painted me as an unstable, vindictive employee who couldn't handle being fired. The courtroom was packed with tech industry reporters. Steve had leaked the story, positioning himself as the victim of a disgruntled partner's revenge plot. He testified for 2 hours about my alleged erratic behavior and suspicious late-night server access. His acting was Oscar-worthy. The judge seemed completely convinced. My lawyer looked defeated. Then I stood up. Your Honor, I'd like to present Exhibit A. I played the recording. Steve's voice filled the courtroom. The company's paying me $50K for the user emails alone. My naive partner will never check the offshore accounts. Steve's confident expression crumbled. The reporters started furiously typing, but I wasn't finished. Your Honor, I also discovered Mr. Harrison has been filing fraudulent tax returns. Here's documentation showing he claimed $300,000 in fake business expenses, including a company retreat that was actually his family's Hawaii vacation. Steve's lawyer was frantically whispering, trying to get him to shut up, but Steve couldn't help himself. He started yelling about how I'd illegally recorded him, how I was violating attorney-client privilege, making it worse with every word. The judge banged her gavel. Mr. Harrison, I suggest you exercise your right to remain silent. That's when the FBI agents walked in. Turns out my lawyer had contacted them weeks ago. Steve was arrested right there in the courtroom for wire fraud, tax evasion, and corporate espionage. The handcuffs clicking shut was the most satisfying sound I'd ever heard. 2 months later, I got the company back, plus $1.8 million in damages. Steve's facing 15 years in federal prison. He called me from jail last week. I seriously underestimated you, partner. I hung up without saying a word. His wife divorced him, his kids won't speak to him, and our former clients are lining up to sue him personally. The news made TechCrunch with the headline, Silicon Valley Startup Scandal Exposes $1 Million Fraud. My company's valuation actually increased because investors saw I had integrity. Last month, Steve's mansion went into foreclosure. I drove by and saw the bank-owned sign on the lawn. His Tesla was gone, replaced by his lawyer's beat-up Honda as they cleaned out his office. If he'd just been honest and worked with me, we could have built something incredible together. Instead, his greed cost him everything. 3 weeks ago, I got a LinkedIn message from Steve's son. My dad destroyed our family, but your company inspired me to study computer science. Could I intern for you next summer? I hired him on the spot. Sometimes the best revenge is building something better than what was stolen from you. Steve's brother sent me a newspaper clipping of his sentencing. 15 years, just like they said. Written on the margin. He finally got what he deserved. Am I the jerk for completely destroying my former friend's entire life? Or did he get exactly what he deserved?